So this is what Awo says here. The book is called Path. This one is called Path to Nigerian Freedom by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. By the way, this is his very first book. It was published in 1947. And I think it's like a manifesto of sort for the entire Nigeria. Okay. Not just for Yoruba people, but especially for Yoruba people. I mean, true fashion of Awo. So let's get into this. If rapid political progress is to be made in Nigeria, it is high time we were realistic in tackling its constitutional problems. Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. There are various national or ethnical groups in the country. 10 such main groups were recorded during the 1931 census as follows: Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Fulani, Kanuri, Ibibio, Munshi or Tiv, Edo, Nupe, and Ijo. According to Nigeria Handbook 11th edition, there are also a great number of other small tribes, too numerous to enumerate separately, whose combined total population amounts to 4,683,044. Then it says here, it is a mistake to designate them tribes. Each of them is a nation by itself with many tribes and clans. There is as much difference between them as there is between Germans, English, Russians, and Turks, for instance. The fact that they have a common overlord does not destroy this fundamental difference. So the first thing we see here, I mean, there are many good things to see in this book, but the first thing we're discussing today is the understanding of what Nigeria or who a Nigerian really is. The first thing you notice in what Baba said here is that, number one, you have to be realistic if you want to solve the problem of Nigeria. Number two, the idea of Nigeria, we have to be realistic about it and we have to be sincere about it. And what is that idea? It is not a nation. It is not a nation in the sense of what nations are. And what he said in 47 is still the same thing today. Nigeria is not a nation. The best you can have as far as Nigeria is concerned is a nation of many nations, similar to what you have in the UK. I said something here some time ago that I watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the UK edition, and there was a question there where the interviewer asked the person on the seat, on the hot seat, in which country was Tony Blair born? And then he went ahead to mention England, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Now, you would think country means sovereignty, but that's not what makes a country a country. And I remember showing us something that day, and I think I should also do it again, just to make sure I'm passing the message, that back in the day, when people wanted to describe the Yoruba space in the 40s, it was referred to as the Yoruba country. And I'll show you an image so that you can get what I mean. This was in 1946. You will notice, oh dear, 1 second please. I just want you to see this picture. Just a moment. Okay. See the woman teaching. You look at the chalkboard and you will see Yoruba country. Right? Why? Because that's the understanding of the space. It's not just, a group of, it's a country. Because that's also how they understand their own space, the British. This was in 1946 and it was called Yoruba country. So back there, you also have those places as countries. So what I was saying basically is this. These groups, you have English, Welsh, French, they are nations or nationalities. Nigeria, not so much. Okay? And it's like comparing British and English. One of the beautiful things I like about Europe is that we find many good examples of what's happening in Nigeria, whether it's in England, or in Switzerland, or even in Belgium, where you have multi-ethnic states and they factor in their uniqueness or their unique identities in the way they structure their governance, right, or their political structure, where you have several nations within, a particular group. And so he's saying that the English, the Welsh, the French, they are nations, but when you come to Nigeria, Nigeria is not a nation in that sense. Then he says that the word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. So it's actually a geographical idea. Does that mean it's a problem? Not really. It just means that you have to first be sincere with what it is so that you can then build on it.